My name is Emma Carter, 28 years old, and I've spent years trying to prove myself to a family that always picked my sister over me, until a fight pushed me out the door. I thought I'd grown used to their favoritism, but last night's scream broke something inside me. It was a chilly evening at home and my sister Rachel, 32, was yelling again. "You ruined our lives," she shouted, her voice echoing through the living room. My parents, Laura and Michael, stood behind her, nodding. "She's right, Emma," Mom said softly. "You've caused enough trouble." Dad added, "Rachel's the one who matters." I stared at them, my heart sinking. The room felt small, their words cutting deep. I grabbed my bag, tears in my eyes, and left without a word. This morning my phone buzzed, 14 calls from them. I didn't answer, but it made me wonder why. Something from the past flickered in my mind, a clue they didn't know about. They didn't see it yet, but I was about to find my own way. Growing up, I was the quiet one. Rachel was the star, pretty, smart, always getting new dresses and praise. I loved reading and fixing things, but Mom called it odd. At 10, I built a birdhouse. Dad laughed. "Rachel's the creative one." By 15, I asked for a bike. They bought Rachel a car instead. At 18, I moved out, working part-time at a cafe to save for college. Rachel's graduation got a party. My high school diploma got a shrug. I finished college at 24 with a degree in mechanics, but they barely noticed. That silence made me stronger. After college, I rented a small apartment, fixing cars on the side. At 25, I started a repair business, earning $500 a month. Dad visited once, leaving a rusty toolbox. "Keep this," he said, his tone kind. I stored it in my closet, unopened, thinking it was just junk. Rachel's calls were rare, always about her success. "I'm the family hope," she'd say. I saved her messages, a quiet reminder of their neglect. Last year I helped Dad with his old truck and he smiled, "You're good at this." Mom pulled him away, glaring at me. After that, things got worse. The fight last night replayed in my head. Rachel's scream, Mom's nod, Dad's cold stare. It all hurt too much. I'd been saving for a new shop, working late, but Rachel blamed me for their money troubles. "You're a burden," she'd said before. I walked miles to my apartment, rain soaking me, feeling lost. This morning, those 14 calls woke me up. I didn't pick up, but the number scared me. I called my friend, Sophie, a mechanic who'd always backed me, and told her everything. "Check that toolbox," she said. "It might mean something." I recorded her voice, feeling a bit steadier. I pulled the toolbox from the closet, its lid creaking open. Inside were old tools, a notebook, and a letter in Dad's handwriting. The letter said, "Emma, this is for you," but the notebook was messy, full of numbers I couldn't read yet. Sophie suggested digging deeper, so I started a vlog, my quiet fight, teasing my find, and it got 90 views. I posted on Twitter, "Left behind but rising," and it got 150 views with comments like, "You're strong," lifting me. I saved them, my hope growing. Kept going. I spent $40 on a magnifying glass to read the small print, finding a bank account number and Dad's signature. The notebook hinted at $10,000 he'd saved for me, but it wasn't clear. Sophie reviewed my recordings, urging a family update, and I wrote a short message. I tweeted, "Unpacking my past," hinting at family slights, and it got 250 retweets. Comments said, "Keep going." I saved them, my voice building. At a car show, I met a banker, Mr. Evans, who offered to check the account. My vlog views climbed to 200 and I felt a change. My work mattered even if my family didn't care. The tension began. Rachel texted, "Mom and Dad are worried. Come back." Her tone felt fake, my chance nearing. I said no, focusing on the notebook, gathering clues. The banker's help cost $60 and I shared it on Twitter, getting 350 retweets with comments like, "You've got this." I saved them, my courage rising. This morning, those 14 calls kept coming. Mom left a voicemail, "We need to talk, Emma," her voice shaky, my moment arriving. I arrived at their house with the toolbox, nerves steady, ready to face their coldness. But what I found would shock them. They wouldn't expect my strength, and I was ready to show it. The family meeting's heavy silence still clung to me as I drove home with Sophie, Rachel's glare, and those 14 calls replaying like a puzzle I had to piece together. I woke up each morning in my small apartment, the toolbox and magnifying glass on my table, signs of my hidden clue and growing family tension. The family's attitude, Their blame, my quiet resolve, their sudden calls, had started to shift, and I was ready to uncover why they needed me, turning their rejection into proof of my worth. The path ahead felt tricky, but I was determined to keep pushing. The days after the meeting brought some progress. Mr. Evans, the banker, helped me decode the notebook for $150 and my search gained speed. I kept the papers in a folder, a shield against family doubts. I texted Rachel the news. I found Dad's notebook, but she replied, "Don't bother us," with a sneer. I saved it, my resolve strengthening. Sophie pushed me to face them, and I started planning my next step. I posted on Twitter, digging into my family truth, and it got 400 views with comments like, "Stay strong," lifting me. I saved them, my online support growing. Mom called, her voice shaky. "Come back, Emma. We need you." I stayed calm. "Why now?" She hesitated. "Just come." I hung up, calling Sophie, who said to record our talks. I logged a call with Dad, who sighed. Rachel's upset, his doubt pushing me forward. I signed up for a finance course to understand the account, practicing what to say to the family, my words getting steadier. I tweeted, "Rising from the blame," hinting at family wrongs, and it got 600 retweets. Comments said, "You're not alone." I saved them, my voice building. At home, my clue took shape. The notebook revealed a $10,000 savings account in my name, opened by Dad with a note saying, "Rachel lied about the money." My hands trembled as I read it. I wrote it down, and Mr. Evans confirmed the account, my hope rising. I vlogged, uncovering my worth, teasing my find, and it got 350 views. A friend, Mr. Patel, offered to mediate with the family, my reach widening, but I kept it quiet, saving it for the right moment. The tension grew. Rachel texted, "Mom's crying. Explain this." I didn't reply, focusing on the account, gathering proof. The course gave me a certificate, and I shared it on Twitter, getting 800 retweets with comments like, "Smart move." I saved them, my confidence climbing. Sophie invited me to a family lunch. "They're desperate." "Bring it," her tone firm, my time nearing. The family lunch happened at a quiet diner with Laura, Michael, Rachel, and an uncle there. Over coffee, Rachel started, "You're making this up." Mom added, "Come home, Emma." I stayed calm, showing my folder, certificate, account, teaser, note, hint. "Dad saved this for me," I said. The room went quiet, and I played Sophie's voicemail, "You're onto something." Their faces changed, Rachel's frown, Mom's tears, but the full truth stayed hidden. My discovery deepened. Mr. Evans found $12,000 in the account, proving Rachel had spent family funds and blamed me. I tweeted, "Truth behind the lies," sharing my rise, and it got 1,000 retweets. Comments cheered, "Expose them." I saved them, my voice growing. Sophie drafted a family talk plan, holding it ready. The lunch ended with Dad's soft, "We didn't know," a crack in their wall, but no full apology, leaving a question. The next family gathering, a tense dinner at their house, loomed. I arrived with Sophie clutching my folder. Rachel greeted, "They're scared," her tone uneasy. Mid-dinner, Mr. Patel called, "The account's yours, Emma." The room froze, Rachel's face paling. I smiled, "Thanks, Mr. Patel." The moment passed, and I saw their stunned looks. Mom's wide eyes, Dad's quiet nod. Their blame had hurt, but this hinted at respect. The dinner marked a turn, and I waited for their next move, apology or admission, with careful hope. They wouldn't expect my proof, and I was ready to show it. The dinner's stunned silence still lingered as I drove home with Sophie, Mr. Patel's call and Rachel's pale face replaying like a breakthrough I couldn't ignore. I woke up each morning in my small apartment, the bank statement and toolbox notebook framed beside my tools, signs of my hidden revelation and shifting family tension. The family's stance, their shock, my growing strength, their shaky calls, had reached a turning point, and I was ready to confront them, turning their blame into proof of my truth. The path ahead felt intense, but I was set to stand firm. The days after the dinner brought real progress. Mr. Evans confirmed the $12,000 account, proving Rachel had misused family funds and pinned it on me, with bank records to back it up. I kept the statement in a safe, a shield against old lies. I texted Rachel the news, "The account's mine," but she replied, "You're twisting this," with anger. I saved it, my determination growing. Sophie urged a family meeting, and I planned it carefully. I posted on Twitter, exposing the family lie, and it got 1,500 views with comments like, "You're a hero," lifting me. I saved them, my online support widening. Dad called, his voice low. "Come home, Emma. We messed up." I stayed steady. "Prove it." He paused. "Rachel will explain." I hung up, calling Sophie, who said to make it public. I recorded her advice, her voice giving me courage. I finished my finance course, earning a certificate, and practiced my family talk, my words getting bold. I tweeted, "Truth over blame," hinting at family betrayal, and it got 2,000 retweets. Comments said, "Show them." I saved them, my presence building. At the bank, my revelation deepened. Mr. Evans presented the records, showing Rachel had withdrawn $15,000, blaming me to cover it. My heart raced as I saw the proof. I noted it down, and he gave me a $500 interest bonus, my standing rising. I vlogged, breaking the silence, teasing my journey, and it got 600 views. Mr. Patel arranged a mediator meeting, my story spreading, but I held back details, saving them for the right time. The tension rose. Rachel texted, "Mom's begging. Meet us." I answered, "With proof." She agreed, "Tomorrow." I focused on the meeting prep, gathering my statement, certificate, and bonus. The course gave me a workbook, and I shared it on Twitter, getting 2,500 retweets with comments like, "Financial Queen." I saved them, my reputation climbing. The family meeting loomed, and I arrived with Sophie and Mr. Patel, feeling calm. The family meeting took place at a neutral community center with Laura, Michael, Rachel, and an aunt there. Over water, Rachel started, "This is your fault." Mom added, "We trusted you, Emma." I stayed calm, showing my folder, $500 bonus, certificate, bank statement. "Rachel took the money," I said. The room tensed, and Mr. Patel spoke, "The records confirm it. Emma's innocent." Their faces shifted, Rachel's gasp, Dad's frown, but the full reaction stayed out of reach. My revelation spread. The mediator validated the account, and a local paper ran my story, valuing my resilience. I tweeted, "From scapegoat to strength," sharing my rise, and it got 3,000 retweets. Comments cheered, "Incredible fight." I saved them, my voice loud. Sophie drafted a family apology demand, keeping it ready. The meeting ended with Mom's shaky, "We didn't see this," a crack in their wall, but no full surrender, leaving a gap. The next family gathering, a tense brunch at their house, became my moment. I arrived with Sophie holding my proofs. Rachel greeted, "They're panicking," her tone low. Mid-brunch, Rachel stood, her face red. "I lied," she admitted. "I spent it." The room froze, Mom covering her mouth. I smiled, "That's the truth." The moment passed, and I saw their stunned looks, Dad's nod, Rachel's tears. Their blame had cut deep, but this promised justice. The brunch marked a turn, and I waited for their next move, apology or amends, with careful hope. They wouldn't expect my stand, and I was ready to take it. Anladım. My parents backed my sister when she screamed I ruined their lives. I left. This morning, 14 calls, başlığına ve onaylanan senaryoya dayalı olarak, ana karakter Emma Carter'ın hikayesini tamamlayacağım. Hikaye, belirlediğim tekniklere, Zeigarnik etkisi, Curiosity Gap, 4000400 kelime, 4 parça, Part 1, 1500, Part 2, 1200, Part 3, 1200, Part 4, 1100, birinci şahıs anlatım, sade ve anlaşılır dil, Amerika, Kanada, İngiltere'de yaygın isimler, sosyal medya entegrasyonu, uygun olacak. Anlatım, 28 yaşındaki Emma Carter tarafından, sade ve anlaşılır bir dille yapılacak. Hikaye, aile ihanet, gizli gerçek ve beklenmedik onur temalarından ilham alacak ve önceki hikayelerle, örneğin Sarah Thompson, Claire Evans, bağlantı kurmayacak. Şu an saat 12:51 p.m. 03, 25 Haziran 2025 Çarşamba, ama hikayede tarihi belirtmeyeceğim. Part 4. The Redemption, approximately 1,100 words. The brunch's stunned quiet stayed with me as I drove home with Sophie, Rachel's confession and Dad's nod replaying like a hard-earned victory. I woke up each morning in my new workshop, the $12,000 check and toolbox notebook framed beside my tools, signs of my journey from blame to redemption. The family's old rejection had turned into something new, regret, respect, a fragile piece. And I was ready to embrace it, turning their accusations into a story of strength. The path had been rough, but I'd made it and my heart felt full. The days after the brunch brought a wave of success. The bank finalized my $12,000, adding $1,000 interest, and I opened a proper repair shop. I kept the check on my wall, a reminder of my worth. I texted Rachel the news, "I'm starting my shop," and she replied, "Good for you," her tone softer. I saved it, a weight lifting off me. Sophie suggested a family reunion and I planned it, wanting to move forward. I posted on Twitter, "From blame to business," and it got 3,500 views with comments like, "So proud," lifting me higher. I saved them, my online community growing strong. Mom called, her voice gentle. "We were wrong, Emma. Can we meet?" I smiled, "Yes, Mom." Dad texted, "Sorry for trusting Rachel," and I felt a tear in my eye. I called Sophie, who cheered, "You've won, Emma," and I recorded her voice, a treasure of support. I decided to give back, donating $2,000 to a mechanic scholarship, hoping to help others. I updated my vlog, "Rising from the Ruin," sharing my rise, and it hit 800 views. Comments said, "Inspiring journey." I saved them, my voice reaching more people. The family reunion came together at my new shop with Laura, Michael, Rachel, and cousins there. Over coffee, Rachel spoke first. "I lied, Emma. I'm sorry." Mom added, "We failed you." I stayed calm, showing the check, shop keys, and scholarship plan. "This is my life now," I said. The room felt warm and I played Sophie's voicemail, "You're a star." Their eyes shone, Rachel's smile, Dad's nod. My story finally accepted. I handed out scholarship flyers and they clapped, a new bond forming. My redemption kept growing. The shop earned $5,000 in its first month, and I hired 2 apprentices for $1,000 each, turning it into a thriving business. The scholarship fund reached $5,000 with donations, and a local group asked me to speak. My vlog views climbed to 1,200, and Twitter buzzed with Emma's empire. I met a mentor, Ms. Taylor, who offered business tips, my influence spreading. The bank offered a $20,000 loan for expansion and I shared it on Twitter, getting 4,000 retweets with comments like, "Amazing growth." I saved them, my impact clear. Sophie helped plan a shop opening and I felt ready to lead. The shop opening became my big moment. I arrived in my work apron, standing tall with Sophie by my side. Rachel greeted me, "Mom's proud now," her voice kind. Mid-event, Dad approached, his eyes wet. "We're sorry, Emma," he said. "You've shown us." The crowd cheered, lights bright. I smiled, "Thank you." He handed me Dad's old wrench, a peace offering, and the guests clapped. I saw their faces, Rachel's hug, Mom's tears, Dad's pride. Their blame had cut deep, but every step, every sorry, every cheer had healed it. My fight was about proving myself, not breaking them. After the event, we sat in the shop. Rachel brought old photos, saying, "Dad would love this." Mom added, "We'll support you." I shared stories of fixing Dad's truck and they listened, amazed. The scholarship hit $7,000 and I planned a training day. My vlog got 1,500 views with comments urging, "Keep leading." I saved them, my journey inspiring others. If you've been blamed unfairly, this is for you. Find your power. Share your story below. Subscribe to Revenge Tempest for more tales of triumph, and hit the bell for updates. Until next time, build your path,